Hi everyone, I'm Matt and welcome to another boat video. In the last episode, I showed you the main outboard motor on my boat, which is a Honda 25 horsepower. I will also show you now the auxiliary engine, which is a 2.3 Honda outboard. My boat came with an auxiliary outboard bracket, and it's easy enough just to mount the outboard motor onto it. I went for the Honda 2.3 because it's the lightest engine you can get at 14 kilograms, and also it matches my main engine. I went for the long shaft model because the propeller has to be low enough. This is with the bracket in the up position, and I can show you with it in the down position. See that with the engine in the down position, the propeller's roughly about the same height as the main engine. The reason for having an auxiliary engine is it is a backup if the main engine failed, and it could potentially power the boat back to a safe place, but also it can be used for my dinghy which I've got, which is a 2.7 meter wetline. But I will show you this on another occasion. I'll show you how I start the auxiliary outboard, and then I'll show you it running. As with the main engine, the first thing you need to do is put the emergency stop key in place. This engine has a choke which needs to be pulled out slightly. And then round the back you have a fuel on off switch, so it slides into the on position. The air vent on the fuel cap needs to be opened up. And the throttle needs to be set at the start position. Although this engine is air cooled, it still needs to have the propeller in a bucket of water when you're running it. It doesn't have a clutch or forward and reverse gears, only has forward gear, but to turn it into reverse you simply spin it round and move the tiller handle in the opposite direction. And now that's in reverse. So now we can pull the start cord and start the engine. In order to be able to reach the twist grip on the auxiliary engine, I use a tiller arm extension which bolts on to the twist grip. Stopping the engine is just the reverse of starting it. And obviously just don't forget to close the fuel valve, take the kill switch out. I've bought a 5 litre jerry can with a spout to top up the auxiliary engine, and you'll also see that I've got a new 12 litre Honda fuel tank as a reserve tank for the main engine. Just above that is a fuel filter which I've replaced as it hadn't been changed for a while and was looking a bit rusty. I don't think I mentioned last time that the main engine has power trim and tilt. There's a switch to operate this by the throttle. There's also a second switch on the engine itself. As we approach the end of March, the clocks have gone forward, the nights are getting longer, and the weather's getting better. Whilst it's warm and dry, I'll be concentrating on the outside of the boat and doing jobs like remove the rusty keel band and use paint stripper to remove the paint from the underside of the hull. I'll show you these jobs and more in the next video.